Hello everyone, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. It's Raine, here with my good friend TJ.
Hello, hello!
And we're back on the YouTube channel. That is the only YouTube channel that exists. I deleted all of the other ones to have just this one, which I own and have always owned. Last time on Disco Elysium, we kind of just tried to pass time. There's a lot of tasks that we can't do until Wednesday because I did so much on day one, and there's just like a broken thing that stops me from reaching the other parts of the map. So up until that point, we're kind of just hanging out.
Look around, explore, find stuff to do.
For real. Well, there isn't much stuff to do, that's the thing. I
know there's a bunch of stuff that you can do, I just don't know. It's hard to remember a lot, it's a big game. I know that once day 3 hits, you'll be able to do, like, everything.
Yeah.
I think you can sit on some benches to pass time.
Ooh, maybe. So if I can pass a little bit of time to get this thought cabinet thing done, I can go talk to Joyce again.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything to do with it, though.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence.
A car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Got some experience points. I've never been let up in here. Are there things I can still try to get?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Go to the hair
You
FDA.
ring the doorbell, but what an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair.
Let's do the boxing for young athletes and gym.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
Fortress Accident SCA.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident.
Revachol Ice City.
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Just straight up the Whirling and Rack.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk.
Well, that was a dead end.
Sure does seem like it.
Whoa, a thought. Oh, can I get back there? What is that? Can I get up there? There's a bucket.
There's a bucket.
How do I get up there? Maybe through here.
Through Kuno's little shack. There's a thing you didn't act up there.
Money.
Take Kuno's money. Realize he built a throne in here.
This is a way out.
Yeah, this is how you got into the docks, remember?
Oh, right. Can I get over this way? I can.
There you go.
Give me this bucket. Picture. Post.
A bunch of things you can look at up here.
Ooh, a box. Where is my cursor? There it is. Up and around and away. That's health.
Got it. I don't think there's anything else you could do up here.
No. Keep losing my cursor. There
Yeah, it's pretty important in this game.
it is. I said everything to you, Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Hey, Kuno. Who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly, the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Interesting. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation?
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Fine! Got bugged by the Kuno. We ought.
Jesus.
Kuno's a very unpleasant individual. Here's the bookstore. You can talk to the people outside the bookstore, like the little girl.
A little girl outside the bookstore.
Hello again, sir. Are you interested in a new and exciting book this time?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed.
She's your aunt?
No, sir. She's a working woman who comes to look at the books a lot.
Why is she distressed?
I think she is a bad husband. Not very nice or helpful.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
I should have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Alright. Bookstore. We could buy the boxed out book.
Goodbye the book.
We do have money now.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely
It
muscular,
did take me a pretty hard
sword-wielding
check to
barbarian
be able
on
to
the
see
cover.
this book.
Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Let's get it. I want to buy Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
Alright. Let's read it.
The edges of the pages are worn and smudged. A lot of people have read about the Devil Woman's altercations with the Heimdall Man.
Look at the back.
The jacket copy proclaims, Man from Heimdall returns in his most exciting adventure yet. After crashing into a strange jungle, cannibalistic natives abduct his only surviving comrade, Noble Tyribald. Before Man from Heimdall can mount a rescue, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud City, where a mysterious and wicked queen rules supreme. Will Man from Heimdall be able to escape his dire situation and find his missing friend?
Let's read.
You open the book to a random page. Man from Heimdall, wielding his two Zweihanders, is carving through a sea of savages, his visage fixed in grim determination.
Man, he's real strong, man.
Yeah.
His arms
That's a
whirling like
big
windmills
sword.
are soaked with the blood of his enemies. Mangled corpses litter the battlefield. Good God, this is some retrograde stuff. When was this shit written? You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38.
Let's give this a chance.
Berserker rage burns in his azure-hued
there
eyes
we go.
as he brings glory and honor to his long-lost Heimdall tribe. From the village of Heimdall, the ivory giant roars like an ice bear, and the winds of Gatla howl out his name.
Give me more.
Man from Heimdall rides on a gilded griffin. His
Doesn't
golden
have a name,
mane
it's just
billowing
Man from
in the breeze.
Heimdall.
Both Zweihanders sheathed on his back. He is off to war. Will he conquer his enemies? Will he conquer himself?
Onward.
The steel muscles of Man from Heimdall gleam in the humid jungle air. Yet the man does not sweat. In meditation, his soul drifts in the frigid northlands he calls home.
Holy shit, this is so me.
A passage reads, The man from Heimdall looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of his homeland. He rarely speaks, but now his voice booms in the darkened throne room. Do not try to sap my masculine essence, wicked temptress. Son of Heimdall will never succumb to your seductive wiles.
Hell yeah, go off, son of Heimdall.
Thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will.
For
Brothers
real.
of Heimdall, stand above the vices of flesh.
You're just
for
standing
it is
here watching
weak
you
and
read this
corruptible,
book for an
yet
hour and a
mine
half.
is forged in gore and strife. Queen Lydiana just laughs, a sultry and salacious sound, then says,
Like, we do have a murder to solve.
Oh, what is she gonna say?
I have grand plans for you, man from Heimdall. She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions and unguents. First, you shall please me. Then lead my armies against the vicious cannibals. Not a muscle moves in the face of the man from Heimdall. Yet inside, there is turmoil. This goes against all he holds sacrosanct.
This is epic.
In the final pages, man from Heimdall mounts Galavarin, his mighty griffin, and turns his gaze to the horizon. Queen Lydiana is dead, but an army of cannibals is storming the gates, and still there's no word of trusty Tyribald. To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Heimdall and the Three-Eyed Skull, available in fine bookstores everywhere. Spring 39.
Anyway,
Can you buy that?
The display rack is brimming
Don't
with
think
worn
so.
paperbacks.
Oh.
Jamais vu. Derealization.
Alright.
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
use bonuses. Ooh. Oh shit. That seems good.
Yeah.
And now hopefully we can go mess with the other stuff. These are locked, right? Now, I guess if we click on these.
Sports magazines.
Sports magazine. Gift books. Now we have been told to click on all of these. I think.
Get those sweet, sweet experience points.
We have
78. Click on an orb and find out. There's also a big curtain back there.
Now click on 2.
Are you at 80? You are!
Holy shit.
You can grind!
There's so much shit up here too. I never saw that there was a higher level.
Yeah, one of these has like D&D stuff in it.
Nice.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Okay. I don't actually want to read all of these. A thought. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. This is curtain.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
What's the trinket?
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Let's go for it.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
Psychologically speaking.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
Alright, I'll think about it for a while.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say.
Oh, I totally plan on going back there. I just
The
want to see what she
curtains,
says.
tattered
first.
with age and covered in dust, hang
Okay,
You also
lady.
need to go talk about Joyce to get your reality lowdown.
True.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains?
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you.
If that's all it was, why would you be freaking out so much?
Also, you're
let
the
it
only
go,
employee
officer.
other than your daughter.
Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of. She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
If it's just a storage room, then why are you so tense?
I'm not tense, I'm just...
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped frown. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
That's it?
But officer, there's nothing natural about entire companies declaring bankruptcy. I'm talking about cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Side
No,
quest.
certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away.
My liege, you know what this case calls for?
Ooh.
A para-detective.
Let's go for it.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came here to help.
I love how
I've handled paranatural situations before.
Oh, there's an option of, wait, what if I don't want to lie? It's like, no, lie!
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I've returned from the void. A paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Seminese blood also runs through me.
So if you kicked
Your
Void Revenant.
Seminese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me.
You're
If
not
you
putting the
promise,
burden on
good
Kim for
officer,
this
then
one.
You might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Oh god.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. For I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably.
No fucking
I've
way.
suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney. The passage between heaven and hell, of course.
We are
Yes,
looking for a woman that
chimney
no
is
one
part
can
of the
find.
building's central furnace,
Literally.
And it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
If I remember, I believe
Unbelievable darkness
I learned about the
looming.
curse from the daughter.
Oh.
And so I didn't get the key from the mom. I just broke the door down.
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Alright, see ya.
Fair. That was also the same playthrough where I bested Measurehead in a feat of strength through sheer luck.
You see a set of tattered
So, like,
curtains blocking the way.
That was just
to
a
another
habit I
room.
wound up getting
A
into of
strange
doing all the
cage-like
strength
trinket
things of very
dangles
low
from the
strength.
curtains.
Alright, let's go.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Joyce will be there later for that reality catch up. This is way more interesting right now.
Oh. Portrait. Silhouettes of hair dryers. And
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It
Just gonna
appears
lock
to
it.
be locked.
I want to break a door.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Alright, let's go.
Kim has a thought.
Hey, Kim. Hey, Kim. We're not. See this. Hey, Kim. I guess I just am not allowed to have to understand Kim's thought right now.
What is this
There we
place?
go. I think this may be the Artemitepsi boxing club for young athletes.
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it
Yeah.
out of your bag before we move on.
Gotta
Some
click your
specks
flashlight.
of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Sounds good.
You wanna hit pause?
Mhm.
I'll cut out me saying hit pause. Oh, like the pause the recording real quick.
Yeah,
3.
Alt 3?
Hmm.
Alright, let's click on this one. Ooh, thought. I mean, that
So
thought.
Smells like leather and sweat.
Is that a bool? No way.
It's a shot football!
No fucking way.
You did it! You can complete that quest!
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There's no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? Should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating.
I don't want
But
to
it
die.
isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
I don't feel like dying, so I'm not going to do that check.
That's fair.
Bring out wall bars. I cannot believe we got our bool. The much needed bool.
Kim has another thought.
Thank you.
It's dark.
Oh, sorry.
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
I got it, Kim, sorry. Hold on.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Orbs.
A large shimmy jump. New skill point. Just an
Yeah.
extra one to hold on to.
For another thought cabinet later.
Oh, no, no, no. I thought I could look back from here.
Airship rotors. Now you know why you're not getting any responses from anything outside, because
Oh.
this place is completely shut down.
What the fuck was that?
Something. $3. Gotta recoup your investment on that book.
Mm-hmm.
Blue velvet.
More money. Oh, Kim, let me in. Kim! Let me in. There we go.
More rotor blades.
I wonder why all this stuff is just, like, left here and destroyed. Production schedule filament memory.
Price. 50.
That is worth $50.
I think you can go deeper, can't you? In that room, can't you?
Can I?
Thought.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
Which should they start with and which should they pivot to?
That's a good question.
Well, that's just speculation. We don't know anything, sure.
Not quite. You do know that there's something unusual about this company's business model.
Nope. Okay. I was wrong. I thought the room went a little bit further.
Ooh. This Emma's atelier. Ooh. Where are the clothes that you said?
There's more stuff in that back room.
I just wanted to see what that was.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Look at the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Let's look at it.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist.
Oh.
The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tworg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Well, it's been educational. Let's move on.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
I think the last thing you
A
need is
pinned
morphine.
postcard reads,
For real.
the heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe.
Look at the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like
Previous year.
sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the prod schedule filament for details.
You have that.
I do have that.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, Heat Death of the Universe is the new black. Another note says, the biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
Okay.
They're developing a game.
Interesting. This little projector.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework.
That's probably where the
The
film
keyboard
is.
has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind? This is the Raine Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Raine-compatible printer.
So you'll have noticed that by this point that in this world there haven't been any actual computers yet. That's because there are none. There are these radio computers instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Let's look at the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Let's do it.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the explanation.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework
pressing
in a
print?
soft glow. Nothing happens.
Oh.
The filament
take this
slides out of it.
Going.
I think we should finish investigating this room and then call it.
What's this?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Who's the game master?
Someone very important. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
Oh, it's like a phone-in. Okay.
It's like a giant phone-in tabletop RPG.
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Il Mara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of the airworth alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone.
Kim does have a thought. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe.
Empty stuff running over your faces. I want to talk to you.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's just a failed business. Only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And what do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Oh.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
I think that makes for an excellent endpoint.
It sure does. In that case, we'll keep exploring this area next episode.
Bye-bye.